you guys. You guys are fucking patriots. Look at this guy. He's got respect for the doing. There's 4 million people coming in. It's only a matter of time. Justice is coming.
What is the cost of lies? It's not that we'll mistake them for the truth. The real danger is that if we hear enough lies, then we no longer recognize the truth at all.
Why would I have anything to say to you? All you do is lie.
What else is left but to abandon even the hope of truth and content ourselves instead with stories?
It's the role of good journalism to take on powerful abuses. And when powerful abuses are taken on, there is always a back reaction.
Take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility to humans, right. You're saying that's not gain of function?
That is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly. And I want to say that officially.
When you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
About is the reality of goodness, not the perception of it. And what I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil. Fuck them. Okay?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mutants, and the unpolluted. The left, the right, the straight, the woke centrists, the woke rightists, the woke leftists, all the wokes, and welcome to another episode of Habbening TV. I don't have a, what do you call it? Impersonation for you today. I couldn't think of anything. I was thinking of doing like Jonathan Greenblatt. But I can't really do his voice. I mean, I could do like, welcome back everybody to Habbening TV. It's terrible the amount of anti-Semitism that's rising in the world today. We really only have one option, which is to completely gut the First Amendment and institute a massive totalitarian digital state in order so that people can't say bad things about Israel. I wish that, of course, that we could have free speech, and of course we will continue to have free speech, but all of you other people, all of you Americans, you can't have the free speech. You just can't, right? You're going around, you're saying bad stuff about the chosen. It's just not allowed. It's just not allowed. Don't you see? These words result in like real violence. We can't have that. So instead of us doing anything differently, I guess we're just going to have a totalitarian system where you'll get kicked off social media and have your bank accounts banned and possibly go to jail. I mean, probably go to jail. Have all your money taken just so that people don't have to say bad things about us. I wish there was something that we could do, but I mean, really, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. Thanks very much, Mr. Greenblatt. Oh yeah, can I still say that shit in America? I don't know, right? Like, at this point, the shit you can and cannot say is just getting like so convoluted, right? Like you just like, well, fuck it, right? Like, your two choices basically are say nothing or just fucking speak your mind and just wait until they come for you. Speaking of them coming for you, actually, one of our stories tonight, there's a new edition of 1984 out that has trigger warnings. Yes, apparently the woman, the strong black independent woman involved in writing the intro was shocked that there were no black characters in 1984. Clearly, I think a rewrite is in the cards, where Julia is a strong black woman fighting the white supremacist party, or something, right? It just doesn't matter. And Winston decides halfway through the book, in fact, that he's been a very misogynistic boy, and it ends with him learning to love the party. Because the party turns around and decides that they're going to just be really, really nice, right? I'm looking forward to it, bros. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, as well, we have Greta Thunberg. You have stolen my dreams. You have stolen my childhood. And now you have stolen Gaza. Well, I mean, the Israelis have pretty much stolen Gaza, so I guess she is correct. She's on a boat, bros. Yes, Greta Thunberg is on a boat. She is heading towards Israel as we speak, bros, after the last time she tried it. And, she wasn't on the yacht at the time, but the yacht, boat, whatever that was going to pick her up, got drone struck off the coast of Malta. That is a real thing that happened, yes. Someone, who could see? Who could see? Who, I wouldn't want to cast any aspersions. Basically, threw a drone at the boat that was going to pick her up for the first Gaza flotilla. But it's back on, bros. It's back on, right? You can track her progress. She is undeterred, I guess, now that, it turns out that we aren't all dead from the climate. I mean, I am, personally, right? And I'm sure that, many of you watching are, in fact, climate zombies. You have died. But what, of course, they didn't really sort of anticipate, right, is that many of us would be resurrected by the climate. How can you tell? Well, you can't. You basically look exactly the same. You sort of, you have no memory of it, right? But look, we must have all died from the climate by now, right? So therefore, if you think about it, the only logical conclusion is that we have all been resurrected by the climate, right? And in case it happens again, it's very, very important that you pay more taxes to the sky god or government, as we like to call him, and massively reduce your standard of living, because that pleases the sky god, who just for some reason looks an awful lot like Karl Marx. I can never figure out. I guess the sky god, he's got a big bushy beard. Karl Marx has a big bushy beard. It's just a coincidence, bros, right? Allegedly the sky god's real name is Moshe Goldberg. Oh, you can't say that. Oh, you can't see. See, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. This is why we need a totalitarian society, ladies and gentlemen, for jokes like that. A second story is what's the second story? Oh yeah, is literally the totalitarian thing that they might be doing in the US, the big beautiful bill. I believe it's passed. You would think that with Trump in the White House and with Elon, it seems that Elon and Trump are no longer friends, bros. Yeah, who could have fucking seen that coming? Jesus fucking Christ. Yes, Elon tried to take on the government and clearly did not read enough history, because if he had, he would have realized that it's a lot harder to take on the government, than one person would think. The big beautiful bill, what has it got in it? Well, nobody knows. They changed a bunch of shit before they voted on it, and then changed the rule that said that you had to tell people what was in it before you voted on it. It's fine. I mean, it's just politics, right? Who are you, American citizens, to know what is in the omnibus bill, right? Even if you knew what was in it, right? You'd probably just get all huffed and puffed. Do you guys even know how politics works? Do you understand how important it was to give money to the LGBTQ whales, right? In the Chicago Zoo. Wait, does Chicago even have a zoo? Or did all the whales get eaten? Oh, now I made myself sad. But yes, all of this pork barrel is absolutely essential to keeping the entire country running. That's basically it. I hope you all enjoy. Let's get into it. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat on Rumble. Oh, for God's sake, the Rumble thing's bloody crashed again. Why does it do that? Wait, hang on. Let me just see if I can change this to being not retarded. Yes. Okay. I think it's working again. Right. Chat can be seen. On Rumble, we have Is the Eunuch. Please come along to Empire of Lies tonight. We will be covering the, oh my God, what's the name of the thing? Is it secret, spooky, sort of FBI-like agency in the US government that deals with race relations, the Community Relations Service or something like that? I did a ton of research on it yesterday. We'll be covering that. and how they've been doing all the anti-white stuff. Ardent Party, Status Sapiente, great to see you. Who else we got on Rumble? Mikey Bikey, great to see you, mate. Total Blackout Painting, good to see you too, Sar. Thanks for the camera. Captain Crisps, great to see you, mate. I think that's everybody on Rumble. On YouTube, we have Tree Godfather. Good to see you, Tree Godfather. Robert Verlinden. Ardent Party again, double teaming it. Nice to see. Nice to see. Here we go. There's not many other people. That's okay. It's just a hardcore. And on Odyssey. Oh my god. I hate working on a laptop. This is retarded. Where's the Odyssey chat, you bastards? Right. Machine for Baked Beans, Northern Blue. Oh, I think you're new. Nice to see you, mate. Anybody else? Right. Oh, and Otto Stjornhart has arrived just in time for the intro shout out. And Human Shit Show as well on Rumble. Great to see you guys. Today's meme. Flat Earthers, when they realize they have been breathing from the atmosphere and not from the atmo flat. Oh! Flat Earth bros BTFO'd. How does that flatness taste, bros? Inhale that spherical cope. Flat Earth chuds seething at the moment, being like, no, my lips are flat. I breathe the atmo flat. No, you don't, mate. It's the atmosphere. Probably communists named it that way. Right, let's get on with it. Let me just try and get the window together. Right, so we start with... Wait, we start with... Yes, we start with Greta Thunberg. I confused myself. I hurt myself in my confusion. Greta Thunberg is sailing to Gaza on aid ship after drone attack setback. I will not be deterred by having drone strikes aimed at my titties. Catania, Italy. June 1, Dateline, International Non-Profit Organization, Freedom Flotilla Coalition. Said one of its vessels left the Italian port of Catania on June the 1st, heading for Gaza to deliver humanitarian aid, or as we call it, anti-Semitism, after a previous event failed due to a drone strike on a separate ship in the Mediterranean. You try saying separate ship 10 times in a row, it's hard, bros. Crew of volunteers, including Greta Thunberg, Irish actor who I've never heard of, have set sail on the Madeleine, carrying barrels of what the group called limited amounts, though symbolic of relief supplies. They should have brought Tannerite. We are bringing badly needed supplies of Tannerite to the Gazan people. Oh, God. Yeah, right. You know, another vessel operated by the group, the Conscience, was hit by 2 drones just outside Maltese territorial waters in earlier May. 2 drones. Shit. FFC said Israel was to blame for the incident. Israel has not responded to requests for comment. You know, they don't talk to filthy anti-Semites, obviously. We are doing this because no matter what odds we are against, we have to keep trying. Because the moment we stop trying is when we lose our humanity, Thunberg told reporters at a conference before the departure. I mean, it sounds like she's lost her sanity like way before this, but you know. No matter how dangerous this mission is, it is nowhere near as dangerous as the silence of the entire world in the face of the lives being genocided. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. So this is like a massive PR thing. What's going to happen? I mean, look, you know, my guess, right, is that she'll hit Israeli territorial waters. They'll storm the boat, they'll arrest everybody, and then they'll hand them over to their respective governments, and they'll be sent home. You know, right? They won't go into like an Israeli prison where like, you know, very nasty stuff that never happens, of course, right? Like absolutely never, nothing bad's ever happened in Israeli prison. No, they'll stick him on a plane and they'll, I don't know, send him to Cyprus or something like that, right? And then, you know, everyone will sort of like seethe and mold over the footage of the boat being boarded, and then it'll be done, right? The situation in Gaza is very, very bad. Yeah, it's really bad. Well, I mean, they're trying to like starve them all to death, right? Like everyone's like, oh my God, how can you say that? Oh, come on. I just don't really want to make it my entire life and purpose, you know? So Israel has said they are going to act accordingly. As Greta Thunberg frolics on sailing boat heading to Gaza, the Israelis say they are prepared for one annoying girl, a boat, and a bunch of hippies. I mean, I would think they were prepared, right? Israel warned Wednesday that it is prepared to act accordingly. That's literally all. They build a whole article out of this, right? They're bringing milk and protein bars. They're all wearing the keffiyehs. No. Here she is standing on the boat like a sort of like weird Titanic ripoff or something like that, right? Get a husband, Greta? Have you considered trying to get a husband? Let me guess. Activism is your husband. Gaza is your husband. She likes to go down to Browntown. The Israelis did not elaborate on what action will we take. Of course not. However, last month they flew drones into like a couple of boats, but I doubt they will do that, right? That seems a bit. I mean, I don't know. There was just another UN Security Council resolution on a Gaza ceasefire. Ceasefire. What is with my mouth? And everyone voted in favor except the US, of course, right? Because that's how it goes, right? That's always how it goes. So they're filming content. It's all very, they're all like, yay, we're going to change the world. You're not. You're really not, right? Like, if it was that easy to change the world would be a very different place by now. That's all right. I'm sure she'll learn. The voyage is a non-violent, direct action to challenge Israel's illegal siege and escalating war crimes. Listen, Greta, I'm just going to go out on a limb here, mate. If the United Nations couldn't do it, I don't think you're going to be able to do it, right? I mean, I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure everybody knows shit's bad, right? Like at the moment, and that Israel are doing terrible things. But whatever. Yes. Okay. So what else have we got here? Oh yes, we have some words from Miss Fetal Alcohol Syndrome herself. Oh my God, you can't say that. Oh my God, can't say that. Well, I did say it. Fucking suck it. Let's see. Please let me know if the sound works. I think I've fixed everything. No, wait. No, I don't think I have. Oh, fuck me. What the hell? Let me know if there's sound, okay? No sound, huh? No sound. Right. I mean, of course, right? I mean, why would there be sound? Wait, hang on. Okay, hang on. Let's try rebooting the audio driver. Let's see if it works now.
According to Al Jazeera, Greta, they're saying, according to flight radar, which tracks aircraft movements, an Israel-made Hellenic Coast Guard drone, IAI Heron UAV, hovered over the Madeleine ship. The drone's deployment was confirmed by the Greek Ministry of Defense. We're speaking to you from the United States, where the South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham wrote on X, "Hope Greta and her friends can swim." Your response?
We can swim very well. It says a lot about their priorities that in the face of genocide and systematic starvation of 2 million people, lawmakers, elected officials whose responsibility it should be to serve the people and to protect the people, that they, rather than ending their complicity in genocide and the mass slaughtering of civilians, are focusing on mocking people who are at least trying to do their bits. I think that says everything we need to know about their priorities.
Yes, we can swim very well. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I don't think they can swim well enough to fucking get to Crete when they're like halfway between like there and Libya. Why don't we? I mean, they could swim to Libya. I'm sure they would be warmly welcomed. Or perhaps Egypt, also very, very warmly welcomed. look, it's Israel, right? They're not bound by the same rules as everybody else, right? You know, they're the exceptional people, right? That means they get to like pick and choose when it comes to international law, right? Is there anyone who is unclear about this at this point? Like just in case there's anyone who is unclear about this, right, at this point, right? I present to you the last 50 or 100 years of history. Just saying, right? Like, so this is it, bros. This is where Greta's ship is. You can look down on her from on high. Now you might be wondering, what is that squiggly line in the middle there? You can see there, right? They took off from Sicily, and then they're halfway there, bros. They're halfway there. But today there was a big squiggly line, and all the Greta cucks were like, "Oh my god, what's happening with the squiggly line? Don't you want to know what's happening with the squiggly line?" Well, it turns out that the Maldine received a distress call from a boat likely departing from Libya, and the crew decided to temporarily change direction for 2 hours to assist with the rescue. Yeah, they went to stop and pick up a migrant boat coming out of Libya, right? No doubt filled with engineers and doctors and dentists and political scientists and all the kind of people that Europe desperately needs more of. Fuck God.
This is an important update from the Madeline. We received a Mayday call of a boat that was around 2 hours away from us, and we're getting there. We have between our team, we have Mark, we have Sergio, very experienced people in search and rescue missions that have been doing this for so many years in such a beautiful, beautiful work. And we are changing our course now to head there because life is a priority for us. So we are going there to provide any assistance we can provide.
Yeah, bro. Life is a priority for them. Just not the lives of the people in the countries that have to receive these people. Those lives are not a priority. But the lives of the people in that boat are a priority, right? Just, look, get it straight, okay?
We keep you updated. This is a very intense migrant corridor because of all the violations that the global north promotes in the global south, with oppression, destruction of nature, with exploitation. People try to seek shelter, and usually, since all the borders are closed for them due to racism as well, they try to go by sea, and the Mediterranean can be also a graveyard for them. So we're now racing against time because in a distress situation, every minute counts against hypothermia, against any type of emergency. So to be honest, I'm very hopeful.
Shut up, hippie! Goddamn boat hippies! I feel like I need a bit of Cartman right now. Goddamn stinky boat hippies! So yes, while en route to Gaza, the Madeleine responded to a Mayday relay from a Frontex drone. In case you didn't know, Maribros, Frontex is the European Frontier Agency. They're the people who go around picking up all the refugees and transporting them to Europe, unless it's in the English Channel, in which case they push them over to the UK. Because if there's one thing the UK does not have enough of, it is random migrants. Madeleine immediately contacted the Greek and Egyptian authorities. However, both confirmed they were too far away to respond and advised Madeleine to intervene if possible. We're too far away, bros. How about you do it? After rescuing 4 people who jumped into the sea to escape the Libyan Coast Guard, why? The crew issued their own Mayday. The rescued individuals had fled violence in Sudan and must not be returned to Libya. Instead, they must be, of course, shipped to Europe, where they, if they go to Libya, they face detention and torture. How do you know? Well, they said so. Right? You're going to check? No, shut the fuck up. Oh my God, they've got a member of the European Parliament aboard the ship. Right, presumably this is so the Israelis don't just immediately drone strike them into the ground. Stated that we denounce the European Union's role in obstructing the movement of asylum seekers. Oh my God, we're full. Oh, fuck, we are full. We were full 10 years ago. Fuck off, we're full. Oh my God. Instructing the movement of asylum seekers in clear violation of international law. Fuck your international law. Look, if Israel can disregard international law, why can't we? Right? Why can't we? Can't we just disregard like just some international law, like the one that says like we have to literally take like any single person who wants to come into our country from like anywhere in the world? Can we just do that? Please, sir, can I defy some international law? No, we must keep following international law, even if it kills us all. Why? Shut up. You're a racist, that's why. An approach has led to deaths of tens of thousands and turned the Mediterranean into a graveyard. Oh, really? The Mediterranean is a graveyard? Shit. I guess you don't want to fucking study the Peloponnesian War. Newsflash! The Mediterranean has suddenly become a graveyard. Oh. A totally new thing that has like just happened. Oh my fuck. Oh God. These are so after the Libyans jumped off the boat and got into the Madeleine, Frontex sent like a boat to pick them up and take them away to a better life in Europe. All right. That's refugees taken care of, right? Oh, they look happy. Now, on to Israel. I think this is footage of the Libyan Coast Guard intervening. Yeah, a bunch of them like jumped off the boat.
So what we're seeing here is a huge violation. Turns out the Coast Guard that identified themselves as Egyptian, they are Libyans. And they're not here to rescue these people. They are here to illegally deport them.
Wait. Hang on. How do you deport a boat full of migrants that are like outside your international waters? I mean, they were trying to like find them so they could like deport them. They were going to bring them back to Libya and then like deport them. What the fuck is what? God damn it, you stupid hippie! Makes sense.
So 4 of them, when they understood where was the ship from, they jumped on the water and we brought them on board. And now the Libyan Coast Guard is coming toward our boat. This is so absurd. It's so absurd. The search and rescue community that have been denouncing these types of violations for many years. Instead of rescuing people, instead of putting life at first, they are interested in deporting these people. You can see the whole scene.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking tragedy. Oh man, geez, wow, I really feel for them. Fucking look, just send them all to London, right? You never even fucking notice at this point. Fine, I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Right. So speaking of Israel, there's been some good memes going around. Our second story. It looks like Trump and his sort of tech bro backers are preparing to do a kind of like digital ID thing in the US, which I'm sure will like, thrill all of you Ameri bros watching. Trump taps Palantir to create a master database on every American. Now, to be fair, this is the New Republic, and this is a libshit publication. So, take it with a grain of salt. But still, the Trump administration is collecting data on all Americans. Yeah, unlike the Biden administration, right? Like literally, this collecting data on all Americans thing literally only started 100 days ago, bro, right? Oh, fucking bitch, please. And they are enlisting the data analysis company Palantir to do it. The New York Times reports that President Trump has enlisted the firm founded by Peter Thiel to carry out his March executive order instructing government agencies to share data with one another. The order has increased fears that the government is putting together a database to wield surveillance powers over the American public, or possibly to combat mass immigration. It's funny how mass immigration always seems to lead to digital ID. You know what I mean, right? If you were of a conspiratorial frame of mind, you might think that was the goal all along. Of course, anyone who thinks that is clearly a conspiracy theorist and probably a racist. So don't think that, bros. Don't even speak it. It is the unspeakable thing. I shouldn't have even have speakened it. Since then, the administration has been very quiet about these efforts, increasing suspicion. I mean, all right. Meanwhile, Palantir has taken more than 113 million in government spending since Trump took off. And 130 million, that's chump change, bruh. Fucking wake me up when it gets to like 5 billion. I think fucking Palantir's been given like 2 billion by the UK just to like handle the NHS, for Christ's sake. From both existing contracts and new ones with the Department of Defense and Homeland Security, that number is expected to grow, especially given that the firm just won a new $795 million contract with the DoD last week. Oh, so it is at $1 billion. Okay. Palantir is speaking with various other agencies across the federal government, including the Social Security Administration and the IRS, about buying its technology. Palantir's Foundry tool, which analyzes and organizes data, is already being used at DHS, the Department of Health and Human Services, and at least 2 other agencies, allowing the White House to compile data from different places. Could be good, could be bad, right? What are they going to use the data for, I guess, is the real question. You know, if they're going to use it to, clamp down on fraud and, import illegals, then it's probably a good thing. If they're going to use it to, go after Americans for, like, speech crimes, it's a bad thing. Now, this is John Lonsdale. He works at Palantir, and he's like, look, Palantir doesn't have a database, right? It's just a tool that plugs into all the databases we have, right? And, like, collates all of the data. Now, I mean, fair enough. You do kind of, like, need something like that in this day and age. Oh, I don't know how to feel about this, bros. There are hundreds of similar types of software and efforts inside the USA and throughout the West. What's unique about Palantir is that it's by far the best at stopping bad guys. Right, so who are these bad guys? Is this definition of bad guys static, or is it kind of one of those free-floating definitions that also happens to include people who, I don't know, criticize Israel or something like that, right? Palantir, of course, is very, very deep spook land. This is from Whitney Webb. Palantir is not just a military contractor. It was a company created to privatize and house the Bush-era neocon-run surveillance program, the Total Information Awareness. Only sort of long-time autist chads will remember the TIA, which was housed previously at DARPA and put it under increased CIA control, although the CIA was, of course, also intimately involved with TIA. TIA was shut down by Congress because it would have eradicated the constitutional right to privacy, but Palantir has accomplished that and gotten away with it because it is a private sector entity, echoing a trend that you see all across the West where government won't let you do something and you just start up an unaccountable, intelligence-backed corporation to do it anyway. Palantir's earliest funder, besides Peter Thiel, was the CIA. His first client for several years was the CIA. Where did Palantir engineers go every 2 weeks for years for guidance in developing their products? The CIA. Excuse me. CIA is up in my nose. Palantir's original intended clients was the CIA. If ever there was a CIA front company, it's Palantir, although Peter Thiel has since quipped that the CIA is in fact a front for Palantir. Oh joy. Oh joy. Awesome. I mean, wow. Oh, God. And then there's this, on a completely unrelated note. IDF veteran pitches White House on an AI program that scans the open web for radicalization, following the Israeli model of counterterrorism. Here's what Aaron Cohen, an IDF special operations veteran, said live on Fox News. Actually, I think we can just play the thing. Let's hear him in his own words, shall we?
I have just built, Sean, the first AI-powered threat detection system for law enforcement that scans the open web for radicalization and tactical planning. And if somebody in the Trump administration is listening, partner with me and let's scale this and get local law enforcement the tools they need. My technology will prevent these threats from popping off. You have to get in front of these. The technology's here. The Israeli model meets Palantir quality engineering, and I've got it, and the White House needs to give me a buzz, and let's get this thing scaled nationally, and it's called Gideon. I have just...
It's called Gideon. Let me guess. Its pronouns are oi vey. And Jonathan Greenblatt, of course, is like, well, I know you got this thing called the First Amendment, but have you considered not having the First Amendment so that people can't say nasty stuff about Israel? This is, of course, in response to the attack in Colorado, where a guy threw a couple of Molotov cocktails at some people doing a Jewish vigil. There is some allegedly sort of spoopy stuff about that. The bottles that he was carrying don't look like they're filled with gasoline. I don't know, man. I just don't know, man. Everything's a goddamn psyop. But here's Mr. Greenblatt giving us his deepest wishes.
In an environment where you have graduation speakers spreading blood libels, in an environment where you have social media influencers making baseless claims, people like Hassan Piker over on Twitch, or there's others on TikTok and Instagram saying wild, baseless things about Jews, about Zionists, about Israelis. Vlad, I worry that this could even get worse. So I think we really need tech platforms to step up and stop, lifting up these intemperate voices. We need elected officials to speak out. We need people from all walks of life to stand with their Jewish friends and neighbors today, maybe show up for their own walk next weekend and say we won't be intimidated by the bigots.
Because I look at social media now, and many of these platforms, I mean, the dominant characteristic that I see is what you're describing: anti-Semitism, racism, misogyny, and the spread of misinformation. So how to combat that? What is the ADL doing? I mean, are you having conversations with the leaders of these companies to at least try to remove that nefarious content from their platforms?
Yeah, Vlad, we've talked about this before over the years. I think social media is a super spreader, as you said, of anti-Semitism and racism and all kinds of hate. Unfortunately, companies like X and Meta have retreated from content moderation in recent months, introducing these community notes, which is by no means a panacea. I mean, Vlad, it's a little crazy that the most sophisticated, profitable companies on the planet Earth are outsourcing content moderation to the users. So yeah, we are seeing a rampant, just explosion of hate. We are not only talking to the companies themselves, we're talking to the regulators. I mean, I think it is time for government to step up here. These companies are, they say too big to fail. These companies are too big to just leave alone. I mean, they're almost monopolistic. And again, they allow for this unmitigated rise of the kind of hate that explodes in real life, just like you're seeing on the screen. So yeah, it is time for these companies to demonstrate the same kind of accountability that we see in other media businesses and simply, knock the Nazis, knock the anti-Zionists off the platform once and for all.
Excellent point.
Yes, and we have a super chat, 2 actually, from Mikey Bikey. Yes, it is working. $6. Enjoy your remaining time in the US. I will. It is a little bittersweet though, knowing that I have to go back to London. I can't wait. Oh, it's just all the prayer rugs to see, and all the foreign languages to speak, and all the misery. Oh, mate, there's one thing I really miss about London. It's just the misery. I just don't feel right. Not being miserable. Thank you very much, Mikey Bikey. I will be sure to spend that on consolatory beer to make myself feel better before I go back. And if you would also like to donate, to my beer fund, my sorrow fund, as I'm about to be enriched again. Oh, hey, Linda Hunter, how you going? Yes, I'm not enriched now, but I soon will be. You can send via Entropy. If you're on Odyssey, send me some Odyssey coins. Every episode takes a couple of coins to make, so those things are useful. Yes, money, please. Money me now. Yeah, that'd be great. Let's see what else we got. Excuse me. Oh yeah. So this is the CEO of Palantir. Now I'm sure you're all expecting that basically, right, he's going to say, look, the best way to run society is through kindness and peace and understanding. Nah.
The primary way to create peace in this world is to scare our adversaries when they wake up, when they go to bed, while they're seeing their mistress. Whatever they're doing, they're scared. If you want to have peace in the world, that's how you do it. And that is our peace-giving offering this Christmas season to our adversaries. We are going to help this government be more transparent, work with Partnership in America, and our goal is everyone who does not like America, does not like what we stand for, does not like the West, thinks we're useful idiots, is going to be scared and uncomfortable more tomorrow than today.
Well, that is a nice big bow around a Christmas gift.
That is our Christmas present. Happy Merry Seasons, whatever you celebrate. Please, and to all supporters of Palantir, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. And to all people who've hated on us, enjoy your coal. The primary.
I mean, I don't know. If it is actually used against people who hate America, I guess I kind of support that. But the definition of America is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Right? Like, is he defining like America plus Israel as America, or just America? Right? I guess we'll wait to find out, bros. However, of course, Palantir isn't just in the US. They also run all of the data collection and management in the UK. The £330 million contract, which is about $500,000, was rewarded to Palantir by NHS England, is likely to dismay many NHS workers who have called for a ceasefire in Gaza and protested against Israeli attacks targeting hospitals and civilians. Yeah, I hope you opted out of the NHS data collection thing like 2 years ago. If you didn't, it's too late now. Assuming they even abide by that, right? A spokesworker for health workers for a free Palestine told the Middle East Eye that many would be rightly concerned about a third-party company managing their medical data, let alone Palantir, whose interests are at odds with the British public. Yeah, but no one cares about the British public anymore, man. Palestinian people and our collective humanity. Clearly the Palestinian people are more important than the British public at this point. Who even is the British public, right? You don't want to sound racist. It's anyone who has British values. Don't ask what those are, right? I know what, you'll get a different answer from every person you meet. But, right, if you take a boatload of Somalians and you dump them inside London, and they have British values, they're just as British as you or I, mate, right? Like, that's just the way it works. So this is all about the people at the NHS seething that Palantir is Israeli, and not that, massive data collection and, the implications for privacy and all that kind of other stuff, because no one cares about that anymore, basically, I guess. So this is the, that's the AI thing. Oh, I already had that open. Now, of course, there is also the Big Beautiful Bill. They should have called it the Big Beautiful Congress and called it the BBC. No, I think that would have been better. Trump and Elon have had a bit of a falling out as a result of this, possibly because the US national debt is now sort of climbing so fast that it may eclipse tax intake. Not yet, but if it keeps rising at the rate that it is. Now, Trump has basically come out and said, it's okay, the tariffs will take care of all of that, right? But if that's the case, then they won't really be able to cut taxes either, right? They'll just take the tariff earnings that they're getting and they'll add that onto the tax intake, and they will continue to service this insane debt. Trump can't remove the head of the Federal Reserve because the Federal Reserve is a special agency that is the real ruler of the United States, obviously, ever since 1913. For those of you who know the secret of Jekyll Island. So we might be approaching a sort of like weird kind of like end state. And Musky Boy is pissed, bros. He's very, very pissed. Wait, I don't have the tweet here. Hang on. Let's go to Twitter. He's been very, very salty. Has Mr. Musk. Word is that him and Trump are no longer friends, bros. Let's see. What do we got here? Is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? Musk is basically saying that he's going to like start putting money towards like removing people from Congress. Holy shit. Here's Musk saying that Trump is in the Epstein files, and that's why they haven't been made public. Entropy, right? Sorry, I believe we have another entropy. I'm not getting the manual alert. $5 from MK, no message. Thank you very, very much, MK. I promise to spend it on conciliatory beer. Yes, this seems to be breaking news. When's this? From 32 minutes ago. This is crazy. Musk is burning it down without any survivors, bros. He's saying the truth will come out. He was also saying that, Trump was very ungrateful, that, he wouldn't have won the election without Musk, that, this huge bill is just sort of like massive amounts of pork. The interest cost on the US federal debt continues to climb, 1.13 trillion in 2024. The projections are crazy. I don't have the insane graph, but it's just, it's just going vertical, right? Hyperinflation chads will know what that kind of a chart looks like. But it's cool. They're basically, they're going to be doing it. Now, the big beautiful bill has a bunch of stuff in it, including this very, very interesting little snippet that a few people picked up on. It will basically put a ban on states regulating AI for 10 years, right? So no state government will be able to regulate AI in any way, shape, or form for 10 years, which sounds like exactly the kind of thing that you would want if you were about to pivot to digital governance. Oh my God, we have a $10 Rumble from Hayes Reviews. Beer! Thank you very, very much, Senor Hayes Reviews. By the way, I would highly recommend Hayes Reviews' channel. You can find him on YouTube and Rumble. He reads very intelligent books in a very, very soft and soothing voice. Really good for plane flights, actually, right? Just download a couple episodes of Fabian Freeway, stick that in your ear holes, and just drift off to the dulcet sounds of Hayes Reviews telling you about the horrors of the history of Fabianism. Highly recommended. Thank you very, very much, man. I appreciate it. So yes, there's $500 million to modernize federal information technology systems. I mean, it doesn't really need to be modernized. It does need to be modernized. I guess this is the thing whenever anything gets modernized, right? Whoever's in control, sets the framing of the technology that's used to modernize, right? And apparently any and all liability from the use of AI in federal government will be absolved. Oh, shit. Whoa! Yeah, so if the government accidentally, does an AI and kills you, good luck suing them. It'll be like vaccines all over again. I am very, very stoked about this development. Obviously, when has machine ever done anything wrong, bros? Oh, we have another one. $1 Rumble from Ardent Party. Maple syrup. I'm not a huge fan of maple syrup, but thank you very, very much, Senor Party. Oh, this bill should be called the Big Beautiful Betrayal. Well, I guess it kind of is. Now, this is Stephen Miller, who is the Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy at the White House. He's like, no, you don't understand, right? The Big Beautiful Bill is big. It's beautiful. It's a bill. Has the most significant border security and deportation effort in history. So therefore, we have to have digital ID because they let all these people in. Don't think about it. Full extension and expansion of the Trump tax cuts. So, I mean, that's, but if they're cutting taxes and they're not cutting government spending. On the other hand, if they're trying to do the Laffer curve thing, they might actually find that reducing tax rates actually increases tax receipts. So this might not be as stupid as lefties would think. And 3, the largest welfare reform in history, cutting almost $2 trillion in spending. So I think the idea basically is they're going to try and make the sort of economy grow, increase tax revenue, and, basically sort of try and get out of the hole that way. However, according to Thomas Massey, who is now on the outside because he doesn't have an APAC handler, the House has a 72-hour rule which requires a bill to be posted 72 hours before passage. But the Speaker circumvented this rule with a manager's amendment that rewrote and added substantial portions of the bill as it went through the Rules Committee the night the bill was passed. There's another House rule that requires a day to pass before voting on a bill after the Rules Committee has modified it, but would you believe the House voted to suspend that so-called same-day rule? Amazing. This means the final language of the bill was released only a few minutes before debate began. The vote on the rule change and the vote on the bill followed within a couple of hours. Elon is right. Members of Congress don't even know what was in this bill until the night it passed. A few other members have also made this clear. Look, it's fine. I'm sure there's nothing crazy in this probably 1,000-page omnibus bill, right? When has that ever happened in American politics before, bros? I defy you, right? Just give me one time that shit has ever happened before. God damn it. Anyway, speaking of dystopian futures, there's a new edition of 1984 out. It's 75th anniversary edition, bros. Wow, time flies when you're under a totalitarian government. Am I right? A new 75th anniversary edition of George Orwell's dystopian classic 1984 includes trigger warnings in the introduction, written by an American professor, courtesy of Dolan Perkins-Valdez, it's always the hyphens, who, according to her website, has established herself as a preeminent chronicler of American historical life and teaches literature at American University. The introduction makes note that there are no black characters at all in 1984. Shit! It would have 1984 would have literally been Wakanda if only there were black people in it, right? You know. Now let me see. Wait, I think I've got the actual intro here. Here it is. This is the tweet from this guy Mark Blair. A look at the introductory essay by Dolan Perkins-Valdez. Quote, that sliver of connection can be difficult for someone like me to find in a novel that does not speak much to race and ethnicity at all. Then don't read it, right? Just, oh, goddamn. This annoys me because 1984 is such a dead set classic, right? And, sort of accurately forecasted all the methods of psychological manipulations that, are basically, sort of everywhere today. Dolan Perkins-Valdez goes on to find herself self-pausing that there are no black characters at all. Oh, no. Why don't you read anything else then, right? When Orwell wrote the book, of course, black people made up less than 1% of the English population, or about 8 to 10,000 in total. This is absurd as expecting to find white characters regularly occurring in Nigerian literature, yet somehow I doubt this would give her pause. In Oceania, supposedly, there is no racism. Well, that's not true. Goldstein is Jewish, and they hate Goldstein because he is Jewish, because it is based on the later part of Stalin's rule after the Doctor's Plot. I mean, not that this bitch would know anything about that, obviously, right? In Oceania, there's supposedly no racism, nor is there any racial discrimination, any marked domination of one province over the other. Everyone is to be found in the highest ranks of the party, and administrators of any area are always drawn from the inhabitants of that area. In no part of Oceania do the inhabitants have the feeling they are a colonial population ruled from a distant capital. Basically what Orwell was saying in this point was that the different parts of Oceania are ruled by people from that country. It is plausible that there's no racism and colonialism in Orwell's world, since the totalitarian government has erased and written history numerous times in an effort to portray the government in a positive light, but Orwell suggests it is impossible to completely ignore these secret histories. In his first diary entry at the beginning of the book, Winston writes of seeing a war film in which a woman who is possibly a Jewess sits among refugees in a lifeboat, a possible reference to Holocaust refugees. It's not about that, right? Oh my God. But in his 1945 essay, Anti-Semitism in Britain, Orwell frankly criticizes anti-Semitism among his British contemporaries. But in other documents, he is guilty of the very same anti-Semitic remarks that he disprovingly notes in others. Well, cancel George Orwell. Oh my God. Fuck this. Oh my God. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. What else have we got? Yes, as this Twitter Anon points out, it is all she knows how to do. Look for herself in other people's stories. Use her own racial identity as a lens through which to judge, but not evaluate everything she encounters. This sort of narcissism is endemic. Oh, and of course, the other thing about Winston that's problematic is that he has issues with women. Of course, if you're familiar with the book, you will know that Winston ran away from his mother and his sister when he was a child after stealing a chocolate ration when they were all starving to death. And it is a central part of his character that he has massive unresolved guilt for doing this. He later wound up in an orphanage and then joined the Outer Party. And he has dreams and flashbacks about this. And of course, there's that sort of hideous scene where he goes into the parole areas and has sex with a very, very old lady who is like a prostitute, because he is like literally so lonely that any contact with another human being is preferable to the crushing loneliness he feels until he meets Julia. I could teach a university course on 1984 literally off the top of my head. I love that book so much. Against the Wall, all of you. Oh my God. For example, we learn that Winston dislikes nearly all women. Well, he doesn't dislike Julia. He loves Julia, right? That's the whole point of the... Oh, did you even read the book? Winston's views on women are at first despicable for the contemporary reader. He is the kind of character that can make me put a book down. Good. Put the book down. Put the book down, walk away from the book, go back to the black and gay section of the queer person's, university library, right? Just leave 1984 alone. Oh, God. Bleh. So yes, let's see what else we got. I think that's it. Right. Okay. So yes, I am angry. Hayes Reviews. I would buy your spontaneously improvised course on 1984. Thank you very much, Hayes Reviews. Maybe I should do that. I can get back to London, and in the heat of my sorrow, drink like half a bottle of vodka and just like rant about 1984 for 2 hours, then charge people money for it. I think it would be a winner, bros. I think it would be a winner. Hey, look, if Hayes Reviews reckons that he'd like it, it's good enough for me, bros, right? That guy has good taste. Oh, God. Anyway, right. Okay, so enough of that. You know what that means, bros? At the end of the news, it is time for some cringe. And what cringe do we have for you tonight, bros? Yes, even this very cute Doge cannot save you from the cringe that is about to be cringing its way up into your cringe gland. Probably. Let's see, what have we got? Oh my God, yeah, so there's this new fucking thing, this new bill that's going through the UK Parliament at the moment. It's called a respect order. Again, talking about Orwell, right? A respect order allows the government to command you to do or not to do literally anything, right? Like they can ban you from social media. They can force you to use social media. They can ban you from walking. They can force you to walk. They can stop you from saying stuff. They can force you. Like it's literally. Oh my God, it's just like 1984, bros. Fuck me.
Told you that under a new law going through Parliament, you could be banned from going places, posting online, or even just speaking in public without ever committing a crime. It's called a respect order, and it's part of Britain's new crime and policing bill, the latest version released in January 2024. Here's how it works. A relevant authority, which can include your local council, the police, even a housing provider, can apply to the court for an order against you. You don't have to be there. You may not even know about it. The court just needs to be satisfied, on the balance of probabilities, that you might cause alarm or distress, which is very broadly defined. No criminal offence is needed, no trial, no jury. And the respect order can ban you from doing anything the court describes, going anywhere, contacting people, posting online. If you breach it, it becomes a criminal offence, and you could face up to 2 years in prison. In other words, you could be ordered to stop doing things because of what someone thinks you might do, before any crime has happened. This isn't about punishing crime. It's about controlling behaviour before it happens. And this bill is active, right now, in Parliament. Are we going too far?
I love the way the English always frame things as like, are we going too far, right? Is civilization about to collapse? No, we have already gone too far, right? It's like standing next to like, you know, your wrecked motor vehicle and being like, oh, it looks like, you know, we might crash. No, we have already, too far, bros. Much too far has been too far. Like, oh, you never know. Sometime in the future, we might go too far. Nigga, are you blind? What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my God. So Ed Miliband, who's like the Secretary of Climate Wank and impoverishing the country, was on that fucking podcast that Rory Stewart and Alistair Campbell do. And I think this guy is literally clinically insane, bro. I mean, I had suspected, but just look at the way he talks.
I think you, if I may say so, in that question, are being far too defeatist about Britain. We passed the Climate Change Act 2008, started by my brother, completed by me. We're the first to do it. Countries around the world emulated us. We've got this mission, clean power by 2030. If we achieve that, and I'm absolutely determined we do, other countries will say, look what Britain's been able to do. We can do that too. So let's not have a diminished view of Britain. We really matter in this. So many countries come to me and say, you've got a really important responsibility here. I think you, if I may say so, in that...
I think you... Get the fucking crazy. Oh yeah, man. There's so many countries around the world just waiting for Britain to do a climate communism. Once we've done a climate communism, every other country's going to do a climate communism. Oh, fuck. Just, oh, come on. Like, urge to Fed post strongly intensifies, bros. In Minecraft, obviously. This is pretty funny, though. So this is some crazy bint in the UK government. I can't even remember all their names. They just blend together into this sort of like one morass of pantsuited, nagging femininity. Talking basically like, you know, about how the economy's going. She's at a factory, right? And these are all factory workers behind her. She's talking about how like awesome everything is, right? When I say that the UK is like the USSR, by the way, like I'm not kidding, right? Like it's not. In some ways, it's not as bad, but in terms of like the cognitive architecture, it's all there, bros. It's all there.
And put simply, our plan, the central barrier to economic growth has been underinvestment. First, stability. So, reforming our pension system to cover the first 10 years of the previous Conservative government. No matter where they grow up. And because I know, and thousands of pounds extra on that our public services needed. It may sound dry, but it is one of the reasons why there hasn't been enough investment in the North and the Midlands for decades. Over 7,000 new homes. Improving, and I meant what I said, in all parts of the country, not just a few. That is how questions now. If we start with.
Now that is a man with an urge to Fed post, ladies and gentlemen. The question, of course, is he going to lose his job now, right? And if he does lose his job, right, are we rapidly sort of deteriorating to like a place basically like communist China, where like everyone has to like go around wearing like the grey face? They called it, right? Because you could like get literally killed for like an inappropriate facial expression. Everyone just like learned to wear this sort of, like, called it the grey face, where no one would like display any kind of emotion on their face at all. What a Fed posting hero Chad this guy is. I wish they'd given him the mic. Honestly, right? I wonder what he would have said. I wonder what he would have said, bros. I guess we'll never know. Right. Black America is still Black America.
Trump need to shut the hell up and sit down some fucking where, because when I get my food stamps, I buy food with my food stamps. I like to buy Pepsi because that's what I drink. Pepsi. I buy 2-liter Pepsis every time I go to the market. And I like snacks. I like to snack. The kids like to snack. So who is you to tell us that we can't buy Pepsis and sodas with our stamps? We should be able to get what the hell we want to get with our food stamps. Now you want to cut everything and talk about we could just buy food. So we supposed to spend money to buy the sodas and the snacks, just to have sodas and Kool-Aid and snacks and juices and stuff in the house for the adults and the children. When will this take effect? Because I better not get messed up for June. I need everything. I want to buy everything with my food stamps.
Yeah, well, there you go. Clearly a sort of poor person who desperately needs that food aid, for her starving children. Bro. Oh, yeah, we got this one as well. Speaking of Black America and their taste in food.
Here's why I hate gentrification. You got Gouda, whatever the fuck that is, cranberry cheese, gourmet cheese, whatever the fuck. All this cheese, right? And no fucking taco cheese. Mind you, I'm in Washington Heights. No grandma, no fucking taco cheese. All of this fucking random ass bullshit. Like, I love so much the cheese, but I'm not trying to put that on a fucking taco. What the fuck, bro? Get the fuck out of my city, like. Here's why I hate gentrification.
White people sure do love cheese. You take the nastiest white man, you give him a piece of cheese, he turns into Mr. Rogers. Yeah, the problem is clearly that you're in a white-dominated area there. White people like gourmet cheese, especially rich white tarts. Just saying, look, I'm sure you could go down to like the black area and there'd be like taco cheese and grits and, whatever fucking crazy shit you're looking for. Canada continues its slide into decline. I gotta say, on the whole question of, putting the woke away, right? It doesn't seem like it's been put away. It seems like what's happened is it's ratcheted back a step, and now is the period of normalization, right? Where all of the gains that were gained during the last leftist push will be sort of cemented and normalized, ready for the next leftist push, which, I don't know, presumably will be like all children have their genitals like cut off at birth, right? And like everyone gets implanted with like a fucking blue hair and a chip in their ass or some fucking like shit. Oh, Canada.
It was a bit of a range of emotions this morning coming here and getting dressed for this flight.
C'est un moment historique qu'on vit aujourd'hui. J'ai trouvé ça une bonne initiative pour la communauté entière. Je suis comme un petit thrill de faire le vol aujourd'hui.
J'ai là pour supporter ma fille, une de mes 4 enfants est dans la communauté. Quand j'ai vu qu'il y avait une occasion de supporter encore plus, là, j'ai mis mon nom tout de suite.
We are doing the first ever, now let me get that one straight because a few letters have been added to this one, 2S LGBTQIA+ flight ever in Canada. I do identify with the progress flag. There's something in there that represents me as well. So it was a bit of joy having the opportunity to do this flight today.
Aujourd'hui, ce que ça signifie, c'est vraiment un moment très spécial. C'est vraiment un terme de visibilité, de vraiment exprimer à tout le monde. On se sent vraiment accueilli, vraiment accepté pour qui on est.
Pour célébrer l'inclusion à la diversité, nous sommes heureux d'annoncer que le vol d'aujourd'hui
features our very first all 2S LGBTQIA+ crew.
The safety and the well-being of all the passengers on board rests in our hands. So it doesn't matter who they are, what they represent. I'm equally responsible for all of them.
D'ailleurs, on aimerait vous souligner ce moment marquant de l'histoire canadienne.
And want to celebrate not just our community, but our freedom to be who we are, both at work and in society. Valuing people equally, both in the air and on the ground, and celebrating our identities, no matter what they are, with customers and our employees is important to us. Shante, you all stay.
I wonder if someone was like, we want to do like the first all-white Christian flight. I wonder would they be cool with that. When you buy a ticket for that flight, do they ask you fisting or non-fisting? right? Like, if you are seated in a fisting aisle, please move to the back of the plane. And meanwhile, the police in Canada. Yeah, I'm sure everything's going great. Actually, last I heard, the new government has like imported like, I don't know, over 1 million new like Indians or something, like just this year alone. They are speedrunning this shit, bros. This is quite based. Enjoy.
I am proud of European culture. I will not show embarrassment of European culture, and I will continue to spread European culture. If you hate your own country so much that you want this, if you want this to replace it, then you need to do some serious thinking. Follow me around the world to spread European culture.
I was like, what's this crazy white dude doing? Gee. Oh yeah, and I don't know what this is, but it's pretty fucking funny. Enjoy.
Tá cheia de tesão, eu vou te fuder com amor. Mina linda, safadinha, arregaça esse popô. Vai, saca, 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 ela é cheia de tesão, eu arregaço esse popô. Vai, saca, 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 tá cheia de...
There's no way AA looks that thin. But pretty funny, nonetheless. Right, what else have we got? Okay, right. Funny videos for you now. Like, let all the horror sort of like be soothed away, right? By funny internet videos. It's the cure for all your ills, bros.
I wear my underwear, I put my underwear on the bed, and when I got out of the shower, they were gone. I'm wearing no underwear. Now, this is over there. I'm not wearing the underwear again. I was in the shower too. You are the only possible suspect. They told me about the bed again. Did you protect the thing at chest? I'm just trying to be helpful. I still in my underwear. I didn't see the underwear. I didn't touch the underwear. I didn't wear your underwear. I want my underwear. I don't know what I had nothing to do with it. What's the better? Serious? Culture's real. Any focus? I read about them online. They break into apartments to steal girls' panties. Where did you read that? Stop going on Facebook. This is where we need security clearance. You want cameras in our bedroom? I want to find money underwear. I just bought them yesterday. And they were expensive. How much? $50. It wasn't me a gold. It was a mess from Victoria's Secret. Go visit me up and I will get you another one on my way home from work. Oh, man, you're the best. Wait, that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's a straight thong. You what? I think it's sexy. I thought it was a Logan mask. I've been wearing it all day on your face. Yes, on my face. No, send me a selfie. This is so embarrassing. My boss gave me a weird look. I thought he liked my mask. I guess I was right about what? You're wearing my underwear. It's not funny. Prepare for culture's twice again. I didn't see your underwear. I didn't touch your...
That was pretty fucking good. Right, what else have we got? Country girls.
I'm Summer Jones, and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm 5'6", 5'7" on a good day, and I weigh 145 pounds. I can barefoot race a hog, and I can outdo any crackhead at the Circle K off Lamar Avenue. Try me if you want to.
Having been in Memphis, I can believe that, actually. Enjoy. That's how you know you've made it in journalism, when you get killed by the CIA. Right. Thank you to Saydays for sending me these.
So, you fucked your co-worker, yeah, I understand. I mean, Hans is a sexy fuck, yeah. We saw the security footage, yeah. You did cocaine at the office. I understand, happens to the best of us, yeah. You fisted him a little bit with the glass bottle, yeah. I understand, we've all been young. We all get taken away at work sometimes. But we have a footage also where you put the glass bottle into the trash container. And that's where the fun stops, and you will be fired immediately from this company. We have to have strong boundaries here at this company, and it's not okay that you think you can come here and not recycle properly. We can fucking fist, but we recycle. Good luck at your next job.
Is that real? I can't tell anymore. This is an absolute true story.
Oh, damn. I'll throw her a like.
Hey, so I noticed you liked my story. Would you mind if I came in and just, like, sucked you off?
I mean, you know, maybe that's how it works. I don't know. I'm not on Instagram really. So, right. We got some stuff from Garen.
I'm sick of everyone trying to fucking inspire me all the time. It's very offensive to my Irish sensibilities. You can have it all. I don't fucking want it all. I'd have to get up early and fucking clean it. You need to find your perfect person. No, you fucking don't. Everyone's annoying. You're annoying, I'm fucking annoying. Here's the perfect person for you. You still think they'd be decent looking if they got quite a bit fatter, and both of you know how to shut up sometimes. But we talked all night, it was amazing. You can't fucking live like that. You talk for a little while until you're bored of each other, then you eat a pizza and fall asleep. That's sustainable. That's a relationship that can last a lifetime. You're not going to have a perfect house with everything fucking organised with loads of little containers for your different pastas. One of the rooms in your house is going to smell and you're not going to be able to find the source. That's fucking life. You're not going to have a load of money, and if you do, everybody's going to try and fucking take it off you because people are greedy cunts. If you're still alive and you smell okay, that's enough. Follow me, I'm delicious.
That's not bad life advice, to be honest. Right. Cute animal videos for you all now. The doggos are judging you harshly. They're plotting like, next time he forgets to feed us, we're gonna eat his face. Right. Oh, I don't know what this is. Oh yeah.
You know, I've been laying here with the kitten, and I look up to see Dolly looking down at us like an angry dictator.
Total Like a Painting sent me a video on Twitter. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Is it like a cute animal video? Let me see. No, I'm not seeing. Oh, yes. Right, here we go. Let's see what this is.
Yeah, sure.
Aww. That's Total Blackout's new kitten. Aww, so adorable. Right. Okay, let's see what else we got. Husky watching TV.
Over the hills and far away, Teletubbies come to play.
1, 2, 3, 4. Teletubbies!
I worry that the Husky's watching too much TV, but it's so cute. What else we got? Oh, I've never seen a sleepy honey badger before. I've never seen one of those actually kind of look cute. Right. We've got a few, like, just, you know, adorable vids to finish off. Aww. What's this? Oh, cat in the sand. And finally, Floofy Puppy. Oh, that's so heckin' cute. And that's the end of the show. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. Empire of Lies is on in about an hour and a half. I forget, I can't do time zones. Tonight, the Community Relations Service, the shadowy US federal government bureau that has sort of been doing like a lot of anti-white stuff behind the scenes. Let's say goodbye to everyone in the chat on Rumble. Teabag and Therapist, Art and Party, Mikey Bikey, Total Blackout Painting, Sede Sapiente, Hayes Reviews. Good to see you, Hayes. Furby Slayer. Oh, I think you're new, mate. Thanks for coming along. Who else we got? I think that's everybody. Apologies if I missed anyone. And Years, of course, but I think she's off to prepare for the stream. Captain Crisps, of course. Jam Hashwitch. I think you're new. Thanks for coming. Who else? Is that everybody? It'll have to do. On YouTube, we had Linda Hunter, Robert Verlinden, Victorian Time Traveller, good to see you, mate. The Tree Godfather, good to see you as well. James Cole, hey, who else we got? Anybody else? Evil Author 1776, great to see you, mate. I think that's everybody. Apologies if I missed anyone. And on Odyssey, we had Highland Full. Oh, good to see you, mate. MK, great to see you as well, dude. I know Machine for Baked Beans was in there as well. And I think I've run out of history on the Odyssey chat. Yes, I have. Anyway, I will see you all on Monday, on the last day before I reluctantly have to get back to Londonistan. I'm looking forward to that, as I'm sure you can imagine. And join us for Empire of Lies tonight. See you later, everyone. Good night.